supposed to say the thing first. Don't turn off. Don't turn off.
I just said, hey.
Okay. Welcome to Marriage Minutes at His Pace. Today, we are going to be talking about how to keep your marriage first and to eliminate outside influences, the outside noise, right?
Yes.
I think we've done a pretty good job with that. And I'll tell you why. Why I feel like we've done a good job at it is because my husband really does a wonderful job with keeping his marriage and keeping his family first. He's not a guy that goes out and hangs out with his friends a whole lot and doesn't do a whole lot of that. So I really feel like he values who we are. Now, I know that everybody is not a homebody or an introvert, maybe like Mark, and so some people might be having some issues with that. So we're going to talk a little bit about it.
Yes.
Why you like to stay home with your boo?
Well, I think a lot of it. I gotta go. No, I think a lot of it is just the marriage picture that I was provided with growing up. And so I've been in the house when it's just me and my mom and my sister, and my dad wasn't at home. And so I know what that's like, and I know what that feels like. Not that, there's bad with that, but when those things are more important than home life, I know the other side of that. And so for me, I did that already. Been there, done that. There was nothing in the streets for me to really gain by having. Now, I do need to be a little bit more social and hang out. And Rhonda definitely encourages me to do that. But that's my choice.
And I think for me, I am more extroverted than Mark, but I'm busy with doing things. I love being creative and love being involved with people and stuff. And so I have to really monitor myself. And my husband lets me know when I have put a few things ahead of us. He either shares it with me verbally or he expresses it in how he responds to me. So I'm really more of the one that has difficulty with that and has to work on balance, because I could be running in 5 different directions and just as happy because I like doing stuff. I like doing things. But I'll tell you this, it is those things will never be as important as this and as our relationship with our daughter. So I don't want to ever get out of whack with that. And so simply I need to ask. I need to be intentional about saying, hey babe, are we good? Is it okay for me to do this? I don't have a problem with asking. I have a problem with saying, do you mind being this way? Or can I go do this? Or can I not do that? And if I get some resistance, even if he says, yeah, but I know when Mark's yeah is a no. And so I have to be mindful of that, and I have to be prayerful of that. Because ultimately I feel like mostly I want to feel secure in this relationship. And I know Mark wants to be respected.
Yeah, and I think the thing of it is too, even like there was a period of time where I had a motorcycle and being out and riding was fun, but I knew it couldn't be a point to where she hated my motorcycle more than anything and was willing to, tip it over one day or anything like that, because my amount of time or my balance was out of whack. And so I think that the whole thing is having balance and learning how to manage those different arenas when you're married. I mean, because there is a lot that's pulling on us that's outside factors. If you're in organizations outside of church, Greek life or whatever the case may be, that requires a lot of time. Church
definitely can.
Ministries and doing church stuff requires a lot of time. And so, if you're married, your first ministry is always going to be family, but you're not losing your identity just because you're not doing those things. You have to learn how to recreate a new identity within the marriage.
Right. And I would encourage people who are working in ministries. I know that it is easy to do things separate. Your gifting may be this and their gifting may be that. But if you are a believer and you and your spouse are believing together, there's nothing better than serving together. And so it's okay to be on 2 or 3 ministries, but if you all are not on a ministry together, being able to build that emotional intimacy with one another, you have difficulty. It's not impossible,
No.
But it just makes it sweeter and that much better because you're growing in the Lord together.
And I'll say this too, whatever each individual was doing prior to getting married, prior to getting married,
Prior to getting marriage.
right, marriage,
Prior to get that marriage.
whatever they were doing prior to getting married, if they're still doing it now, you can't be upset because you knew what they were doing before y'all got married. So that's not necessarily going to change.
You talking about activities, right?
Yeah,
they
activities.
can't be like what they.
No, activities. I mean, like if you know that he loved playing 16-inch softball in the summertime, you can't expect him to give that up now just because he's married. Now you have to have dialogue and maybe there's some things you want to do, but that's his opportunity to exert himself away from the family, and that's something that he enjoys as his hobby. And so I think you have to have dialogue and good communication to find out where each of us stand on that. If that's something that they're willing to continue, or if not, But you just have a level of expectation in your mind that's not communicated, because then that's setting yourselves up for a period within the marriage in which you're going to be at odds.
And I mean, my last thing to say is that I feel like I've told Mark several times, listen, if my bills are paid and the house is taken care of and you've done all those husband things that you said that you would do, I really don't care what you do. But I have that type of husband that, he's not going anywhere. Or if he does, I'm okay with it, because I recognize and realize that he needs to build himself up as well so that he can be the best husband and father that he can be. Are we done?
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay, so enjoy yourself outside your relationship, but know that this is your first ministry.
Yeah, and so
with that being said,
good night and God bless.